This boy slept on the streets with nothing, and years later he owned the same streets. But what happened in between will shock you. Most people think success is luck, but Musa's story proves something else. Something most people don't want to hear. Musa lost everything in a single moment. His father died. And just like that, his life collapsed. No money, no support, no second chances. One day he had a home. The next he was sleeping on the streets. For 2 days he didn't eat. He walked up to a food stall, staring at a plate he couldn't afford. He asked for leftovers. They ignored him. Someone laughed. And in that moment, he felt completely invisible. That was the last time Musa ever begged. If life was going to be hard, he decided it would be on his terms. The next day he stepped into traffic, cleaning windshields without asking. Some drivers shouted, some ignored him, but one gave him money, then another. By evening, he had his first earnings. It wasn't much, but it meant everything. That's when something changed. He stopped thinking like a victim and started thinking like a survivor. Then one day, he noticed something. Drivers weren't just frustrated with dirty windshields. They were exhausted, hot, tired, stuck in traffic, and that's when it hit him. Water. He took all his savings and bought a small cooler with sachet water. If it failed, he would lose everything. But staying the same was worse. At first, no one cared. People ignored him. Some even mocked him. But then, one person bought, then another, then more. By the end of the day, everything was gone. He had sold out. And for the first time, he believed in himself. From that moment, he didn't slow down. He woke up earlier, stayed longer. While others played, Musa worked, because he understood something most people don't. Nobody was coming to save him. Then one day, everything changed again. Local thugs stormed the area. They took goods from small sellers. Musa tried to run, but he lost everything. Just like that, back to zero. That night, he almost gave up. He questioned everything. What's the point? Why keep trying? For a moment, he felt defeated, but only for a moment. Because deep down, he knew quitting would cost him everything. So the next morning, he started again. No cooler, no money, just determination. And this time, he was stronger, slowly. Things changed. Water turned into drinks. Drinks turned into snacks. Customers became regulars. Trust grew. Money grew. Musa wasn't just surviving anymore. He was building something. Then one day, someone noticed him. Not his struggle, but his discipline. A stranger gave him a chance, but only because he had earned it. Musa went back to school, but he didn't stop working. He studied at night, worked during the day, tired but focused. Years passed, and he didn't just grow, he transformed. With everything he learned, he built a business, supplying the same street vendors. He once stood beside. He didn't guess his way to success. He understood it from the ground up. Years later, he returned to the same streets, but this time, everything was different. And then he saw a boy, hungry, tired, invisible, just like he once was. Musa walked up to him and handed him a cooler. Success isn't just about escaping poverty, it's about breaking the cycle. You're not stuck, you're just at the beginning. The real question is, will you fight or will you quit? Subscribe.